Good afternoon, good morning or good evening, depending on where you are. I'm enormously happy to have opportunity now finally to communicate with you. Even though we are performing it online, still online. The topic of our today's meeting on how we can change this situation and finally have opportunity to communicate face-to-face continuously and to get back to normal life. And today I will talk on how we can do this and how we can do this in one of the EU countries, in Poland. Health must remain the main priority as the main pillar even during the war, with the right of future healthcare workers on education being in place. Every one of you has their own story when the war started, this violent and aggressive war by Russians against Ukraine on 24th of February. And this story you will remember for the whole of your life when you were fleeing from Ukraine. Our team has also our own story. On 21st of February we arrived to Dubai for the educational exhibition for which we have been preparing for almost half of the year. By the way, we were the first Ukrainian university there to be represented in such a international high-scale exhibition. On 24th of February had to be the beginning of this exhibition, but unfortunately when we saw the news we could not think about working there, but only about how we can provide safe and qualitative educational training environment for our students. Thanks to that we have lots of international partners from the EU, from the States, from other countries of the world. We have been offered to relocate some of our administrative community, administrative team of Kyiv Medical University to one of the EU countries. And together with our EU partners, we came up with the solution of providing safe educational environment and ensuring the right of your rights on education in a safe place. So today I will talk about the ideas that we came up with our EU partners on your future studies. So we have divided this in several stages. On the first stage, we are relocating a big community of Ukrainian and international cohort for summer clinical clerkship 2022. And lots of you already have applied through our questionnaire form for this clerkship. We're talking about around more than even 2,000 students, international and as I said, Ukrainians. And by the way, we apologize for yesterday technical issues when some of you could not join the Zoom meeting. There were some problems with our account, therefore hundreds of students could not join, but today you have opportunity now to listen to this information again. Well, not again, but for some of you again who were presented yesterday. So in doing so, for the first stage, we have signed numerous of agreements with Polish clinics, which are very open to host you here. So this stage will last. I will talk more in details about it just a bit later. This stage would last for 3 months, from June to the end of August. So after the finish of this stage, number 1, we will move on with stage 2. And this is really unique opportunity you will have. You will have opportunity to study in one of the EU countries in Poland, and you will continue your studies here in accordance with our Ukrainian educational study programs in Ukrainian and English languages, with our faculty members, with some of the faculty members from the universities of other universities of Ukraine, which were infrastructure of which were partially or fully destroyed by occupants from Russia. We are talking about the cities such as Sumy, Zaporizhia, Kharkiv. Unfortunately, lots of faculty members, lots of clinicians have been already moved to outside of Ukraine. So we will gather the best teachers and we'll arrange here in Poland this educational process for you. So now I will talk more in details on various stages, on these 2 stages of this clerkship. So, as I said, thanks to God or to our hard work and reputation of Kyiv Medical University, we have lots of partners and clinics are eager to provide for us, for our students, opportunity to have access to clinics, access to bedside teaching. In doing so, it will be performed in the following way. From the side of university, we are going to assign a mentor from the experienced faculty, from the part of the experienced faculty members. And together with a supervisor who would be assigned on behalf of the clinic, we will arrange this training for you. Of course, there is some eligibility criteria, and they are obvious. We want students who has no debts at all. So let's move further. I hope everyone can hear me well and see. If you have some difficulties with hearing us, please let us know. Also, yesterday we had lots of questions from participants of the meeting, and some of those questions were duplicating each other. So in order to save your time and to provide you more precise information, some of the questions I will respond on some of the questions today, but some of the questions we would respond based on, we will put FAQ together and we are going to send to your emails. But if you have some exact question that is in respect of your in respect of your topic, please indicate also your name and better also year of study and faculty, whether you are studying on medical, faculty of medicine, faculty of dentistry, or faculty of pharmacy. Today or tomorrow we will send you the precise answers. So, as I said, we have numerous of agreements with hospitals, with healthcare institutions, and just for you to know, healthcare system in Poland and exactly in Silesia region, that's where we are located and where your clerkship will take place. They are, some of them, they are top ranked clinics in all EU. We're talking about Institute of Oncology, Cardio Center, numerous hospitals are equipped with the latest equipment, and of course doctors here are using international protocols of treatment, and you would have access to all of it. So the first stage would last, as I said, for 3 months. I will talk about it just on the next slide. And the second stage, so let me put it in this way. So even the summer clerkship is divided in 2 stages. So first stage, you're getting trained in Poland under supervision of our mentors from KMU Medical University, from other universities of Ukraine. And here we will form groups of students which will then move to another EU countries. We have provided a questionnaire to you, and in order to identify what are the desired countries of EU where you would like to continue to do the 3rd months of your clerkship. We're talking about August. We also have lots of good contacts with clinics in Germany, Austria, Sweden, Spain, Lithuania, and many other countries. So that is all possible for you to be to participate in this second stage in another EU countries. So let's move on to the next slide. What are the terms of the clinical clerkship? So the main term is for you to be eligible, not have debts, I mean. Also, you have to be student of Faculty of Medicine, Faculty of Dentistry, and Faculty of Pharmacy. By the way, I didn't mention that clinics, dental centers, and pharmacies are also available for the students of respected faculties. So there are some fee that you must incur in order to be part of this clerkship. As you all know, education is quite expensive here in EU, and based on our knowledge, it costs around medical faculty, it costs around 12,000 euro for 1 year of study. And English medium teaching for students from the USA, from Canada, are quite expensive as well. Are more even expensive, where we believe it's around 20,000 euro. So of course there is some fee that you must incur. And by the way, we received lots of requests to participate in this summer clinical clerkship 2022 in EU from students of other universities. So the fee from students from other universities is 1,000 USD for 2 months of study, and for our students it's 500 USD for 2 months of study. And of course the August, the months when we would do some kind of rotation for students, is also indicated on the slide. I hope everyone can see it. So in respect of accommodation, of course everyone has this question: what about accommodation? For you to know that we have already numerous of agreements with other universities which are located in Silesia region. It's a region where the city of Katowice is the capital of this region. It's in Polish called Województwo. You will have, when you're here, you will have also access to learning Polish language, of course. So as of now, the fee is around 100 USD for 1 month of living, but we are trying to make it free for you. Very soon, even we're trying to make, maybe it will be possible to make even kind of free of charge this fee for the clerkship. We are launching fundraising campaign. We will share with all of you our website, which is devoted to this topic, and we would be very thankful to you if you can share this information with community of the world, which are now stand together to help Ukraine and Ukrainians, and of course to those ones who have been victims of this violent and aggressive war started by Russians. So when we are able to collect those funds, which would cover the costs of this clinical clerkship, the funds that you have paid would be added to your payment for tuition fee for the next semester. So let's try all together to do this fundraising, and you are the future healthcare workers, you are the future lifesavers, you're the new generation of healthcare workers, and everyone in the world understand that you need help, that we need help. So we will work on it, but for now we expect for you to pay while we are making this fundraising. Now I will give the stage to our colleague Oleksandr. I'm sorry, Alexander, just please wait a little bit. There is another important question that we need to discuss. Here we have provided step-by-step algorithm on how you can get, in other words, a visa to the EU countries. So There is no easy solution, as always, but our brave team of KMU Medical University is always finding good solutions for you guys, for the new generation of healthcare workers. So there are two categories of students, international students. Students that are in the EU already and who has already certain status. Someone is in Germany, someone is in Austria, someone already in Poland, and each country has their own way of hosting victims of the war in their country. And in order to figure out the best solution for students in such conditions, we need from you the document that you received from local migration services, which gives you the right now to stay in one of the EU countries. For those ones who are not in EU, when we have the document, we will, our support team will advise you on the way how you can change your status without leaving the EU. We will do our best to arrange this. The second category of students are the students who are located outside of the EU. For those ones, we will issue an invitation letter from an institution from EU, and with this invitation letter you would go to your local Polish consular section or embassy in order to get the visa. Our support team will guide you through this process as well. Of course, there is that's the most important steps. While you have a visa, we will meet you here in Katowice or in other cities of Silesia, and we will provide you accommodation, and you would start classes with Ukrainian teachers, with Polish teachers, with Ukrainian doctors, with Polish doctors. Also, we are planning to have some kind of conferences. We are planning to have visiting professors from the United States. You are going to have access here to simulation equipment. It's well known now that simulation trainings, simulation work with phantoms, with simulators is the future of medical training. But of course, you would have access to bedside teaching. That's the most important. So now I will give a stage to my colleague Oleksandr Poti, who is Quality Assurance Supervisor. You probably saw him numerous of times. So he would like to greet you from one of our partnering hospitals here in Poland.
Hey guys, now I'm located in Poland, in Silesia region, in the beautiful city of Knurów, and just behind my back, Knurów Hospital. It's a multidisciplinary hospital which has obstetrics, therapeutic, surgical, and many more departments where you can practice at. As you can see, there is a beautiful, picturesque territory where you can chill and refresh your mind between practical classes. And another important thing about this hospital is the doctors who work in there are tremendously friendly. So we welcome you to come here, and I want to emphasize that apart from clinical practice, clinical clerkship, you will have a lot of extracurricular activities, such as lectures of guest lecturers from Ukraine and EU, just having time and speaking with European Union colleagues. Of course, barbecue parties, sports, excursions to the best places around the Poland and in EU. So we are looking forward to meet you here. So please follow the instructions we gave you, and hope to see you soon here. Bye.
Hello again. As you can see, the nature, the culture, culture, you would learn about it later. The infrastructure is amazing, and it's all waiting for you. Our university had a line to the path to join EU from our own university a long time ago, and you can be part of this path. We want you to be part of this path. Together with our EU partners, we will create a system in which you and our educators would be able to study in the safe and a normal way. We are working on it, and it is done almost. We're waiting for you here. You know what to do. Now we can start with questions. So let's start with questions. All right. I'm back again today because my questions was skipped yesterday. Are students who graduated recently applicable for this internship? We never got the chance to take part since COVID happened. So if you're a clinical resident or clinical coordinator, yes, of course it is possible. Please tell about Germany, sir. Germany will be available for you from August. As an incoming 6-year student not in Europe currently, is it better to apply for the clinical internship in Poland than to do it back home? That's a really good question. So as far as I understood the question, the person already graduated, and by the way, congratulations to those ones who graduated this year. We will have, of course, a meeting of graduation ceremony, unfortunately online, but it will be performed. Of course, you would have this part of your student experience as well. So that's a good question. Let us respond to you later, okay? We need to think about it. Please write your name then, who wrote this question. Sir, the first stage is for June, July, then we get a gap in August, which we not necessarily need. Also, the living expenses high there, so it would be convenient if the internship is shifted during July and August. Tell you the truth, living expenses here is not much different from Ukraine. Accommodation, food, it's the same as in Kyiv. I would say some of the products, some of the groceries are even cheaper. But that's also possible. That's also possible to do is this way. We just, you know, as I said, we want to arrange this clerkship for Ukrainians who are in Ukraine. And for those people, we need to arrange it promptly. You all watch news. You all know what is going on now in our loved Ukraine, in our country. So for them, we want to arrange for 3 months, but that's also an option to have 2 months here in Poland, and then starting the fall semester on the 1st of September. DHL post does not work in Iran, so you need to use other companies to send invitation. Thank you for the information. We will take advantage of this piece of advice. Is it possible to extend the KMU branch in other countries except Poland? Guys, that's good option. Of course, we can have representations in the whole world, but there is limited resources. Faculty members, administrative control should be performed well. So here in Poland, it's a really great place with great infrastructure, with great hospitals, with not very expensive living expenses, with lots of Ukrainians here already after the war, and our cultures, Polish and Ukrainian culture, are very common. So it will be much easier for our educators, for our doctors, well-qualified doctors, to find the work here in hospitals. So, so we are here in Poland waiting for you. We are not able to send money or do any international payments from Iran. Can we pay when we arrive to Poland? We'll figure out something about it, but we need to get some kind of confirmation from you about it. Is it still possible to perform clerkship in Kyiv or in any other place that we find by ourselves? I'm not sure if this person is in Kyiv now, who is asking this question. And whether, I believe that's a student. Of course, in Kyiv we will have educational process going on for everyone who wants to go there, but you have the second option to do it here in the EU. I also didn't mention that there is mandatory part for the clerkship for students of 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th years. This clerkship will be performed in accordance with study programs, in accordance with curriculums, and you will get credits for this clerkship, which is the requirement for your fulfillment of the study program. Is our university going to open a branch in Poland where we continue our Romanian study? If yes, then how much will be tuition fee? The tuition fee for you guys will be the same. Yes, we are having a branch in Poland, in Katowice, Silesia. My friends, that's a great news. At least you heard, and all our community heard good news for since long time ago. My friends from first course of dentistry faculty want to know that if they can join clerkship or not. Yes, of course, for dentists it's possible, and we have numerous of dental clinics here that are willing to cooperate with us. There are 40-50 dental clinics which are eager to cooperate. Of course, if your friend is a full-time student, it might be possible to get a visa, because that's the most important requirement for getting a visa, and of course for having purpose of entering EU country. Is it mandatory to join stage 1 clerkship in order to get into stage 2, or I can skip stage 1 and directly go for step 2? So I believe the step 2 is starting of the educational process in Poland. I would say this way. You might never have this opportunity again in the future to have such kind of clerkship. And I suggest to try and then regret if you don't like it. Then to not try and regret that you didn't try it. As an incoming 6-year student, is more advisable to apply for the clerkship in Poland than in their home country? Yes, of course, it's better to do it here. What is the planning? Because, you know, here, as Alexander, my colleague mentioned, you will have not only opportunity to get theoretical classes, not only opportunity to have access to simulation lab. You will have opportunity to talk with your peer mates from other Polish medical universities, to talk with students, to communicate with them, and to spend time. It's student time, it's student life. Here we are going to have basketball playgrounds, we would have barbecue parties, we would have excursions, so why not doing it? That's student life. So, but I would suggest to do it. I have a question first. For those in 3rd year, is CROC 1 cancelled or postponed? For now it's postponed till October, as far as I know, or November. But here we will have also mentors who would help with preparing for CROC exam. So that will be very entertaining, very useful summer for you in terms of you becoming a new generation of healthcare workers, becoming a part of new generation. Hello, sir. Please tell about 2nd course students and what about next semester? I believe I explained everything, so we are waiting for you here. How can students from other universities pay for this internship? We will provide all the details shortly. Please, there are some contact information on this offer that you saw today on the screen, and we will share all this information today, tomorrow, and there would be a support team responsible for this project, for this mission. We're calling it mission of relocation to the safe place. Our tuition fees will remain same. Yes, your tuition fees will remain same, even though you will be studying in the EU. Isn't it a great news? What about those students who was not passed in Krok 1? They are also eligible for this clerkship. Okay, we have your question, and we will respond to it as part of our all questions. I think yes, you can participate. How can we, as long as you are a full-time student of our university, you can participate. How can we do clinical in Poland without knowing Polish language? All clinical staff assigned by hospitals are expected to speak English, and there are lots of students who from our university who already been in Poland, who already went through summer clerkship, winter clerkship. There were lots of students, as maybe you don't know, already going every year to Poland, and they were so happy, so satisfied with how it was performed here, because here they were given opportunity to even touch the patient, to shadow the doctors, to be part of this whole clinical process. So from the side of hospitals it would be not a problem, and from the side, as I mentioned, our educators, clinicians will, whom most of them you all know from our university, would be here also. Dentists, pharmacists, clinicians in various medical specialties, and they will give you theory, of course. They will work together with Polish doctors to provide high quality training for you. Next question. Is this internship cost going to be included in our next semester fees? If we all unite and help to each other to have fundraising, we will share with you the website which we created to fundraise some funds for providing continuous education for our students and for providing clinical clerkship opportunity. If we manage to gather those funds, then the money will be paid to you now, would be added to the next semester. Sir, we will be provided with theoretical as well practical classes. That is correct. Theoretical, practical bedside teaching in hospital, practical, and practical also in the Center for Simulation Training and Assessment. We have lots of simulation equipment here, and smart boards with different specialized software, also specialists who will teach you on those simulators. So all of it is included. How to get transfer in our university branch, which is in Poland. Fees will be same in dollar. You don't need to transfer. That's a branch which does not require a transfer, and it is you don't need even to change your contract. You will have the same tuition fee and the same contract as you had. When will we receive invitations? So we will start sending them promptly. So we have this meeting now. You have the information, and we will start preparing all the documents required for you for your entrance here. Sir, Poland visa process takes 15-30 days in India, so it will be better if the clerkship duration can be July, August or August, September. We understand this. We understand the peculiarities of each countries, and we advise you to start issuing visa as soon as possible. Don't worry, you will be taken care, and we will meet you here as soon as you receive your visa. How we get the invitation letters and cover letter as soon as possible for those outside the EU. Guys, please, those ones who are in EU, there is an email which is in this information about the EU Summer Clinical Clerkship 2022 that you will receive soon. Those ones who are in the EU, please send the document that you have in the moment, and we will start the process of changing your status as soon as possible. All right, so we are waiting for your documents which you have now on hands. What of those who their postvita expired during the war? Does it mean they cannot enter back in Ukraine as our school is now in Poland? No, our school not in Poland. Our school is in Ukraine, as it was as well as here. We are having here additional campus, Polish campus, where you can study while the bombing and shelling and severe combats in Ukraine are going on. But then, if you want, you can go to Kiev. I know that you all wanted to go to Kiev, but now we have this option. We have two options, and now you can stay here in Poland, or you can go and then go, or you can stay and continue and graduate from here. Let's continue. What about next semester? Is it will be offline in any EU country or online, same as before? No, it's going to be offline here in Poland. Can we pursue our clerkship in India for those who are willing to do, or it is compulsory to pursue in EU country? The reason is why we are doing it here in EU, because it's having clerkship, as I mentioned, is a requirement in order to fulfill your study here. Study at KMU Medical University. For now, we are the only university, I believe, who managed to arrange this clerkship, direct access to hospitals, and availability to study in accordance with the study programs in the safe place. So it is requirement, of course. Will students of another university be able to take transfer in Poland branch? How much will be the fees? As I said, fees will be the same. We don't use this war as something in not normal way. Our mission is to provide from the day one of the war. Our mission is to provide for our Kyiv medical community a safe place of living, study, and normal student life. So that's our mission, and we are welcoming students from the universities which have been affected by this nightmare, who were part of this nightmare created by the Russians, and it is possible to transfer. I think we have lots of questions. As I mentioned yesterday, we had also hundreds of questions, even though there were less participants. We are going to summarize those questions, and we would provide to you answers on these questions, and we will guide you through further steps of your new experience in the EU. So thank you for joining me today. I really hope to see you, everyone here, and glory to Ukraine. Stand with Ukraine, and be part of Kyiv Medical University community. I'm really happy to talk with you today, and I'm hoping to get to that we get to normal life as before. See you soon.